Bonjour. All right, let's talk about aggressive and reactive dogs. The difference, like we talked about with Ted in one of the other videos, is aggression is there's intent. They want to bite, they're going to bite, they're going to mess things up. Whereas reactive dogs don't actually have any intent. They might run right over and they might even like kind of jump on the dog, but unless that dog has a history of like biting and like breaking skin and doing serious damage, it's not really aggression. They're hard to tell the difference sometimes. Some dogs I've misinterpreted as, oh, this dog is aggressive, but really they just didn't have social skills, and sometimes the other way around. And so a fence is a really great option to tell what is their intent there, and even then sometimes it's misleading. But I'll show you some examples here of dogs that have just been reactive and some dogs that are aggressive. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter in terms of fixing them. You want to teach avoidance. Don't act that way. It's not appropriate. No matter why you're being reactive, no matter why you're being aggressive, it's not appropriate. You can't act that way because sometimes reactive dogs can become aggressive dogs. But let's take a look and see some body language. Okay, so initially with that woof, 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 I think that she's reactive, but then it persists. The intensity, the level of growling, the depth behind it, just the intensity that she's going, her head is down a little bit. She's going at this with some intent. So there's all that woof, 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 and then it slows down, and she really wants to go. She's not checking in with her people. Ears are forward. She really wants to go. Then I look at my dog, okay? He really wants to be behind me. He's really not comfortable with this. And he's a great judge of character. He really doesn't want to turn and give his back to the dog right now, which is something that we've drilled in a lot, is, hey, come and look at me. Okay, so things you can't really see in that video, her hackles at the front are really up. She's just really, really intense. Sometimes you can just get a vibe from a situation after seeing this enough where you're like, this is too much. So the backstory is that she actually had injured a few dogs, and when put a muzzle on her and put her in with dogs, slowly, any opportunity she gets, she would. So aggressive, very aggressive. But a very positive rehab, and this dog, Moxie, I trust with all dogs of all temperaments. Took about 6 weeks of intensive training, followed by about ongoing 5 years of just maintenance of being around other dogs and people and things like that. Okay, so I'm looking at, like, she's not very big. Maybe she's a small one, and there's that whoa, 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 whoa. The hackles are really high up, and she keeps lifting that paw. Her tail's up. It's not moving very much. It's up, but it's just, every time she jumps up like that, she's just putting, she's not all that confident. I'm going to say reactive, to the point where I tell the owner, drop the leash and just trust me. And here's what happened. so yeah, not aggressive. just very young. That sounds aggressive. That sounds defensive. That's a dog with a bone going, back up, get away from me, to the other dog. It's fine. So some things to consider is how old is this dog? It's very rare. It's possible, but it's very rare that you see a 6-month-old, basically still a puppy, that's genuinely aggressive. She's just has no social skills and, you know, doesn't know what to do. Ears are up, tail is not seem to be moving. Dog gets closer, very, very, very still. As soon as that dog goes to leave, she goes in, which is concerning to me. Little lip lick there, a little bit concerned. As soon as the doodle starts barking, she gets extremely fired up. So she gets very, very intense at this point. Get this leash off me, get this leash off me. So this is something that's very concerning. If that leash broke, that's why she's wearing 2 leashes, that she's probably gonna go in and it's probably gonna lead to a fight. So he's this is overexcitement. Okay, because we did our consult. Actually have 100 levels. Yeah. So yeah, it's about using it, hey Tucker, as low as possible, but as high as we have to. Please. A lot of the time, the most aggressive dogs I've worked with have actually been the quietest dogs. The loudest dogs are often just the most reactive dogs, and there's not often intent there. But you will see examples of dogs that are extremely aggressive that are also loud as well. forward, very ears up, tail up. A lot of times you'll see their tail still moving. Doesn't necessarily mean happy. It means energy. It means excitement. A completely stiff tail is a very awkward thing. It is often, you will see it with aggressive dogs, where it's just their whole body's just frozen and they're just rock solid because they have intent. I'm gonna go do something. When you get in a situation where you go, game on, there's that pause there. And so we'll see that in this as well. So it's very up, it's very forward. The hackles will often be just the front, just behind their neck. I feel like I'm pointing to you like I've got hackles back here. And so it's just at the base is often more an aggressive, dominant. Binks, enough. I know what you mean. Bonjour everybody, Evan Doggett here. This is very, very good timing to start the camera. This is ultimately, I guess I would caution everyone that if you're unsure whether your dog is reactive or aggressive, go see a professional balance trainer, someone who has experience dealing with this, not, the guy that sells you pet food at the pet store. Like, unless he's a balance trainer, if he's any good, he doesn't have a second job. So go and see somebody to help you through the process of determining whether my dog is aggressive or reactive. Stay safe.